Hey guys, I make over $70,000 a month on a slow month and over $100,000 on a busy month in my private car rental business. I run MTB Exotics here in the Dallas, Texas area. And guys, for over the past 7 years, guys, I have trained hundreds, actually over 3,000 students. And some of my top students like Sterling and Tyler went from 0 cars to over 22 cars, 100% private, renting these out directly to customer in about just 2.5 years. My student Eduardo went from 0 to over 18 cars in literally just 2 months. But here's what most people don't know about me. On top of running my own car rental operation, guys, I've spent over 1,000 hours studying the biggest car rental companies out there in the world and how they actually operate, like Hertz, Enterprise, Avis, National. And so guys, in a few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact playbook of what they do right and what a beginner should never copy from them, and how you guys can start your own private car rental business the smart way. So let's jump right into it, guys. Section 1, guys, let's talk about what the big car rental companies are actually doing right. The giants didn't get to making billions of dollars in revenue by accident, guys. They cracked this code over 100 years ago. And guess what? The model still works today. That's why I always tell people, you can call me a scam all you want. I did not invent this, guys. Hertz has been doing this since 1918. Michael did not invent this, guys. All right. And guess what? With Hertz, their real money comes actually from long-term fleet contracts, all right, with major corporations, Fortune 500 companies, all right? They're not targeting your weekend travelers you guys see at airports. And so the takeaway for you as a beginner, guys, stop chasing daily rentals. It's a grind to it. These guys are going for more long-term money. So that way, guys, they have predictable cash flow and liquidity. Next is going to be Enterprise. These guys built over a $30 billion empire by partnering with body shops all across the world. Customers need rentals while their cars are in the shop. And insurance, guess what? Foots the bill. They just get billed by Enterprise directly and they pay. In every body shop in their area knows them by name. These guys already have partnerships with a lot of them. And so the takeaway for a beginner, guys, is walk into these smaller body shops in your area. Go shake hands, go kiss babies and get to know these people. All right. There's still so much meat left on that bone that you can take advantage of, because guess what, guys? Not all their cars are rented out at all. Most of the cars by these big boys are mostly rented out most of the time. They don't have enough cars to service the demand. That's where you come in. Next is Avis. Guys, they have their pricing tiers and their upsells that they're always hitting you upside the head with, right? They use the classic economy car bait price, right, to get you on the call, and then they convert you, all right, to a better car. They always do that. The takeaway for you as a beginner, guys, this is like what I call the $29 lead generation trick, right? It's baiting customers in. First one to come gets it, but guess what? The next ones that also call, man, the $29 car is gone. I've got this $69 car though. It's normally $100. I'll give it to you for $69. Way better cars, got all these extra options. 9 times out of 10, they're taking you up on that. All right, because people need cars desperately. Now, National and Alamo, right, they're all owned now by Enterprise Holdings, right? These guys, they're making their money off of loyalty programs, guys, and subscription models. They make their money on repeat customers, all right, not just one-off rentals. And so the takeaway for a beginner, guys, is see every renter as a potential lifetime customer. All right, in business we call it LTV, lifetime value of a customer. You guys need to start looking in that direction long term. Don't just keep feasting your eyes on the payment that they're making to you today, and you don't care if they come back tomorrow, next week, or next month. Every customer, you need to see that as a long-term renter, and then think about the potential revenue over a period of time that you can keep making from them if you nurture that relationship. Here's the common thread amongst all of these big boys, all right? They favor long-term over short-term, direct relationships over platform dependency. They're favoring systems over hustle. What are systems? Saving yourself time, energy, and money. All right, that's why they're brokering these relationships. So that way, guys, they don't have to keep hustling and grinding every single day looking for a customer to eat. Now, let's jump into section 2, guys. What the big companies do that beginners should never copy. The big companies, they buy brand new fleets and they buy them at scale. They have negotiated contracts with the manufacturers of these cars. And so let's just say a brand new Toyota Camry costs about $50,000. Hertz is getting that car from the manufacturer, say at $40,000. They know they're going to run up the miles within a year on that car. It's going to depreciate by close to that $10,000 margin between the retail price and how much they got it at wholesale for. All right, that's their depreciation money to play with. By the time that car depreciates down from the $50,000 sticker value down to the price where that they paid for it, they're already out of the car. That's when they sell it to people like us and they put them up for sale, or they send them back to the auction. And so now they're getting out of those cars and not having to spend a dime on the vehicles. All right, guys, we can't do that. We don't have the same economies of scale as these guys do. All right, to buy these cars at wholesale quantities and wholesale prices. Instead, guys, go buy you those ugly cheap economy cars, anywhere from 2010s to 2018s. Make sure they cost you less than $5,000-$6,000 max. That's the play that we need to play. These big boys, they have entire insurance teams and risk departments. All right, you don't have that, so stop trying to act like these guys. Stop telling customers that they could drive your cars without insurance and taking stupid risks. These big boys, they can afford to do a lot of that stuff. All right, guys, you need one commercial insurance policy. You need a GPS tracker in all your cars, and you need to have proper rental software. I keep seeing a lot of you guys operating like little mom and pops with paper contracts or not even having a contract at all. You guys have to level up. You need proper rental software so you guys can track your customers, send out payments, get your contracts signed, get your extensions going automatically. All right, next is these guys have airport contracts, right? And they have corporate accounts. You can't get those when you're just starting out. It's not possible. Your starting customer needs to be like your gig worker, all right, like your Uber drivers, your Lyft drivers, your DoorDash drivers, your courier service drivers. Those should be your customers, because these guys will keep your car long term and then your cash flowing. Next is these big boys. They have brand recognition, guys. All you need to do is just see their logo. You already know. You don't have that. Nobody knows the name of your company nor your logo. Your competitive edge is not brand. Don't even try to play with them in that playground. Instead, yours is price and also that personal attention that people don't get when they go to the big boys. Guys, a gig worker doesn't care about Hertz's status. All they care about is that your Camry it runs well and the weekly rate is fair. That's all they care about. So do that at least, and guys, you will have a good time in this business. All right, so guys, if you want me to personally walk you guys through this exact playbook in your specific market and get your first car making you money fast, guys, I want you to click the link in the description and book a call with me. This isn't for tire kickers, all right? But if you're serious, I'll show you guys exactly what to do, guys. And I make no income guarantees. For all I know, you could be the laziest person out there. Guys, at the end of the day, information on me, I will pour everything that I have to my last breath into you guys to make sure you succeed. At the end of the day, you have to go execute. And so, guys, information on me, execution on you, and you need to have the resources. My mentorship is not for everybody. Not everybody can afford me either. But if you feel like this is something that you could do, you're ready to take this to the next level, you're ready to learn from someone who's been actively doing it, then guys, click the link in the description and then my team will help you guys out. So guys, let's talk about section number 3, right? And this is the beginner playbook, all right? This is going from over 1,000 hours that I've put into studying all of this stuff, plus the hours I've spent running my own operation. So guys, here are the things I've learned, guys. Number 1, guys, I want you guys buying ugly cars, less than $5,000-$6,000. Think your Ford Fusions, your Mazda 3s, your Nissans, your Chevy Malibus, your Camrys, whatever it is, guys, anywhere from 2010 to 2018. Buy them from places like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, private sellers, small dealerships, people with auction access. I want you skipping the big boys like Carvana and CarMax, all right? Always go buy the oldest year of the newest body style. That's a trick, guys, that works on almost every car. That way it still looks relevant, but you're not paying the high price tag that the newer cars come with, so you don't eat that depreciation. Because guess what? A 2014 Camry looks exactly identical, almost as identical to a 2018 Camry, all right? And it costs thousands of dollars less. But here's a kicker. It rents for the same exact price. Before you buy them though, please, please, please always go get you a pre-purchase inspection. Trust me, it's worth $100. Go get that done, guys. Otherwise, your car is going to break down by the time you even drive it home. You want to make sure that these cars are in good condition, all right? If you're buying them from the auction, make sure it's a green light vehicle also. That way you have a warranty on it. Step number 2, guys, I want you guys to set up the non-negotiables. What do I mean? Get your commercial insurance. That's going to cost you anywhere from $80 to $130 per month per car. Go get you your GPS tracker with the kill switch. That's going to cost you anywhere from $80 to $150 up front. Go get you rental software. That costs anywhere from $97 to $147, all right? I personally use Fleet Finesse, all right? They have a 7-day free trial. The link is, it's going to be the second link in the description. Rental software is non-negotiable. You guys need it. Credit card authorizations, guys. You need to make sure they have all of this in place with every contract. This is how you win chargebacks. God forbid you live in an area where there's a lot of scammers and people file chargebacks and stuff like that. You got to protect yourself. Take it an extra step further. Step number 3, guys, I want us to steal the enterprise playbook. All right, so what do I mean? Walk into your local body shops, your local mechanic shops, all right? Anything within 10 miles from you. Go bring them pizza, take them donuts, guys. Leave some cards. Their customers need rentals, and oftentimes for weeks, and insurance pays for it. Pay them though. I want you guys, please pay them a referral fee. All right, so that way they keep sending you business. And you build relationships like Enterprise has been doing for decades. You can do the same thing too, guys. Step number 4, guys. I want you guys targeting gig workers, not vacationers. Think Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Amazon Flex drivers. All right, these guys rent long term because they need a car for work. You can make anywhere from a weekly rate from $250 to $500 on a week on your car, depending on your market. I personally don't want you guys going less than $300, but you could also do that if you don't want to be greedy. Guys, monthly rentals are a gold mine. You're getting consistent cash flow, and these guys will keep these cars long term as long as you put them in a good car. Step number 5, I want us to use Avis's bait and upsell trick. What do I mean? Advertise rentals starting at $29. Guess what's going to happen? Your phone's going to ring. When they call, car just went out. It's not available. But I got this other one that I normally rent at 100 or 60. I'll give it to you for 45. Let's run the okie doke on them. All right, step number 6, guys. I want you guys to skip the corporate fluff. All right, you don't need it. Hertz and Enterprises, they needed the LLC structure, the website, the brand. When you're starting off, you just have one car. I don't want you guys wasting 6 months trying to create the perfect LLC. Yes, you need them, but a lot of you guys, you get stuck on that and you never execute. All right, that's where mentorship comes into play, because we help you with all of that stuff. And while you're just going out there and you're executing, I want you focused on getting money. All right, because I want to put money in your pocket as soon as possible. I don't want you guys spending 6 months trying to perfect your LLC and then doing endless insurance research and jumping in my DMs every 5 minutes asking me what about insurance. I won't answer you. All right, guys, get the car, place the renter, money first, paperwork second, guys. Now, section number 4, guys, this is a lesson the big car rental companies can't teach you. Hertz, they don't make money on the same car twice, but you can. We got some strategies, and see, this is like mentorship stuff that I'm showing you guys here. You could do the rent to own play. All right, the rent to own, rent to sell play. Let's say you buy a Chevy Malibu at the auction for say like $5,000 or less. You rent this out long term. Maybe someone keeps it for like 6 months to a year. This customer's already paid it. Let's say they have it for a year. They've already paid you like $15,000 on this car you barely paid $5,000 for. Then turn around and sell that car back retail. Take it to the auction or sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and you'd still make anywhere from $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on the car. Now your total profit on that car is close to $20 something thousand a year. Guys, you just made money twice on the same vehicle. Now, a lot of car dealer flippers, they run this play. A lot of them join my mentorship and they love running this play because they have access to getting these cars super cheap at the auction. I got one mentee that just joined, and guys, he bought this car from auction for barely $1,000. He said 900 to be specific. It was like a 2014 or 2015 vehicle, guys. And guess what? That car's already rented out, and all it's going to take him is barely a week, 2 weeks of rentals, and the car's already paid off. Guys, imagine that. Now he's already in the green and he can run this car for as long as he wants. That's just house money. And then still turn around and sell that car in the open market for minimum $5,000. That's the rent to sell play, guys, right there. All right. Next is, guys, Hertz. It's a lot of overhead, staff, everything, right? You can, though. You can operate without any of that overhead. One student had a customer paid him $21,000 in a year on a single Malibu. All right, think about that. Another paid over $15,720 in just 9 months. These are the kinds of numbers, guys, that beginners can hit without needing a corporate fleet or corporate overhead. So you guys can start cash flowing good money ASAP without all of that bloat. And that's why this works for beginners, I feel like, guys. You're not trying to compete with Hertz at scale, right? You're competing on your agility, guys, because you could pivot, you could move, you could learn from mistakes, or you could see things coming in the future and you can make changes. You're agile. These companies aren't. By the time they can pivot, that's why Hertz got burnt with the EVs. They invested everything into them, even though all the red flags were out there saying this might not work. But they threw billions of dollars into the EV market, and what happened? It bust on them. And then it took them a long time to learn that lesson. Meanwhile, people like us, I knew from the start that renting out EVs was not a good play for a rental car business because of the customer service headaches and the depreciation on those cars. You can't outrent the depreciation on an electric vehicle. I could pivot quickly. All it took me was barely a month. I was out of the car. Hertz almost had to go bankrupt, or actually went bankrupt, just to get out of that mess, guys. Plus the mess that came from COVID. We can pivot a whole lot better because we're agile. Plus, guys, we're building personal relationships in our market, our local markets that they can't even touch. If you want me once again to personally walk you guys through this exact specific playbook in your specific market, guys, look at your money, look at your situation, guys, and then I'll help you build a plan, all right, to get your first car making you money fast. I want you guys to click the link in the description and book a call with me, all right? Like I said earlier, this is not for tire kickers, all right? You need to be serious with your money or your credit and ready to invest. I'll show you what to do the same way that I've shown mentees like Sterling, Tyler, Eduardo, Alex, hundreds of my other students. And if you're not ready for the call, no problem. Guys, I have a full free course on this channel that goes even deeper than this video. So click the card on the screen right now or the link in the description. Guys, if I gave you guys value, I want y'all to hit subscribe. Guys, I finally did it. I'm over 20,000 now. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. To believe that at the beginning of this year, I was only at 7,000. That's massive growth, guys. And I'm truly blessed and honored for that, guys. But I still need your subscribe, y'all. Hit the subscribe link. We're going for 30 next. Thank you guys very much. And I'll see you on the next one.